Hi everyone, this is Rosa Kelly. I am here today with part 2 of my Winter Wonderland mini album tutorial. So let's get right to it. So hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am here today with the second part of the Winter Wonderland tutorial. This is a tutorial for JNS Hobbies and Crafts. I'm going to have the link to the store and all the supplies that you are going to need on the description box below. So as you know, we work first on the binding and the hinges, and we also decorated the cover, and I am in love with this collection. It is so pretty. Love the blues. It's something different from all the other Christmas albums that I made, so I'm in love with the colors. So today we are going to move right along and start working on the pages. So I am working with 80-pound cardstock, and I love this color. It's not quite like the craft color. It's type of mustard color, I think, but again I have a link down below. So for the page construction, we are going to make 3 pages. So each page is going to be one piece of 7.5, and let me just cut it here right along with you. 7.5 by 10.5, and the second piece will be 7.5 by 9.5. Okay, so let's do 9.5, and so we're gonna need 3 of each, but let me just show you how to make the first page. So we are going to place the larger piece on the scoreboard, and this is the one that measures 10.5, and we're going to score at 1/2 inch. And then we're going to turn this over and score at 1/2 inch again. And just remember, you will do the same 3 times. Then we're just going to fold along the score lines. I'm just going to fold it here, and let's press down. Whoops, put this over here. And we're going to press down there on the bands, and then we're going to add some double-sided tape. And I just have a little bit here before I start the new roll, and I'm just gonna place this down. And I love working with the 3/8 of an inch score tape because it fits right into my 1/2 inch without going over. And I'm just gonna trim that, cut right here. Okay, so we're gonna do the same on this other side, and I'm gonna press down, cut right there. Okay, so then we're gonna join these 2 pieces together with the smaller one, and when I do that, I like to just take out a portion of the tape here on the side, and then I'm gonna use the other corner that has the tape still on it to kind of adjust and move and make sure that it is even and straight. And once we have it where we need it, we're going to just press down on the sticky side and remove the tape. And then we're gonna flip to the other side, hold down the center so it doesn't bubble up or anything. And then we're going to take off the tape here, and same thing, we're just gonna remove it. And there you go, we have the first base page. And like I said, we're gonna do 3 of these. Okay, so now I have the 3 base pages, and we are going to work on one at a time. So we're gonna bring the first one out, and when we cut the cardstock to make the pages, you probably have scrap pieces that look like this, and I like to use my scrap pieces before I use anything else. So I'm going to grab 2 of these pieces, and I'm going to start with a die. So I'm just going to cut these a little bit smaller. So I think I have more than 2. Okay, no, I have 2. So these pieces right now are 4.5 inches on width. So I'm gonna keep that, and I'm just going to trim this to 8.5 inches. Just like that. And it's going to be a little bit larger than the width of the page. And we are going to score these add, so let me bring my scoreboard, and we're gonna score both the same, okay? So we're just gonna do one. I'm going to score these at 3/4 of an inch and at 1 inch, okay? And I'm doing 3/4 because I want to make sure that this sticks down to the page really good, because this is going to be kind of what holds my whole page together, so, or the closure for that page. So I'm going to fold along the score lines just like that, and you'll see that we have this little 1/4 inch gusset, and that's because we are going to be building quite a lot into this page as well. So let's do the same with the other piece. We're going to score at 3/4 inches and at 1 inch. Okay, so now we have these two pieces, and we are going to glue this onto the first page here. So I'm just gonna add glue on this side and the 3/4 inch gusset. Okay, and then I'm going to place this right on the center here, and for now I'm just gonna lay this flat just like that. Okay, so now I'm gonna do the same with this one. I'm gonna add my glue just like that, and I'm going to place these on the opposite side. So I'm gonna line this up with the one that we just did, and then we're gonna place down just like that. Okay, so this is going to be like the little belt closure in a way that's gonna keep this page together. There you go. So just like that. And to this I am going to add a magnet to keep them closed. So I'm using the large magnet disc, and like I mentioned before, all the supplies are on the description box, so you can find everything that I'm using, even the magnets, the chipboards, the cardstock, everything comes from J&S Hobbies and Crafts. Okay, so I'm just gonna open that up and take this out, and then I'm going to grab two magnets. Oops, this one just jump in here, and then this one here. I love these magnets that already come with the stickiness, and they even put a plus and minus, so it makes it really easy to use, and they're really strong. So now they're together, and I'm gonna have to try to separate them. Here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna open this up, and I want this flap to open to the right first, so I'm going to make sure that this one comes on top. So I'm going to put my magnet right in here, right on the center, and you want to put these magnets away from the edge of your paper. Okay, probably a good finger, just because you want enough room to glue your paper down, otherwise your magnet shows from the side. So now I'm just gonna place this right on top and peel off the stickiness. Okay, and then we're gonna close this. Now when we close this, make sure that your gussets, your 1/4 inch gusset here, it's perpendicular to the page. So I like to put my fingers under and make sure that it is, and then we're gonna press down, and now we can open it, and here we go. So now we're gonna keep this open, and we're gonna build on the center. Okay, so now I'm going to use 2 more pieces of cardstock, again 12 by 12, and I'm going to cut both at 7 1/4, and then we are going to do one at 9 3/4 and one at 9 1/4. Okay, so 7 1/4 by 9 1/4 and 7 1/4 by 9 3/4, and we're going to do 1/2 inch along the top. So let me move this to the side for now. and bring my scoreboard. Okay, so we're going to do 1/2 inch on each one. So 1/2 inch on this one and 1/2 inch on this one as well. Okay, so we're going to fold along the score line and add our double-sided tape, and we're going to do the same with the other piece as well. Okay, so now I have the 2 pieces. I'm going to place the larger piece first here on the base page, and so this page is a little bit smaller than your base page, so make sure to center it. And the reason we do it that way is so it's not touching your score lines on the side. So again, I'm going to take off just the side of the tape here, and then I'm going to lay this flat and line it up on the top. Okay, and then we're gonna press down on the sticky side and remove the tape. Okay, so we have the larger one, and then we're gonna place the second one right on top. So do the same thing here, remove the tape a little bit and line it up, and just place it right on top. And then we're gonna take out the tape and press it down. Okay, so now we are going to grab our scrap pieces. Now this one's measured 4.5 by 12. So I'm going to use 2, and just make sure they're both the same width. And we're going to score at 4 inches and 8 inches along the 12-inch side. So here are my pieces that I score, and then also I went ahead and folded along the score lines, and you want to fold it like an accordion, like this. And let's do the same with this one as well. So I already went ahead and score mine and folded. So we have 2 pieces like that. Then you're gonna grab some of your scraps, and I'm just gonna cut this one. And you want a piece that measures the same width, which in my case is 4.5. And then I'm going to do this by 1 inch. Okay, and this is going to connect those 2 pieces together. So I'm gonna score this little piece at 1/2 inch right down the middle, and we're gonna fold it, and we are going to use this as a connector piece. So let's see here, we're going to grab one of the edges, and I'm just gonna use glue for this step, and I'm going to line it up here on the top. Okay, and then I'm going to add glue on the other side and just add the next one. So we are going to join them like this. Okay, so now we have one long accordion page or piece like so, and we're gonna add this into our book. So I think it's gonna be really fun. So I'm going to open it all the way till the bottom, and we are going to add this piece here. Before I add it, I am going to cover this with my design paper on this side and this side as well. So I always like to cut my design paper a 1/4 inch smaller than the page. For example, the base measures 9.5 by 7.5, so you will cut your design paper at 9.25 by 7.25. So I'm trying to pick a design here as I talk to you, but let me just grab anyone. And so this one's so pretty. Okay, so let's cut this piece, and I think I can already tell by all the different interactive elements that I want to do to this album that I'm going to start to run out of paper quickly. So I'm going to try and just add paper where I really need it. So I'm gonna do this page here, and we're just gonna glue it. Okay, just something like that, really quick. Place this down, and then I'm going to do this other page. Okay, so this other side, it's a little bit smaller, so this one I just got to 7 by 9, and I'm just gonna glue this down. And I am using the same design because I have 2 paper collections, but the collection only comes with 1 design of each. Okay, so I'm just gonna place this down here. And then this is also an area where when you close your page, you don't really see the design paper. So if you want to save design paper, you can add just another complement design in here. Okay, so now I'm gonna grab this accordion fold that we created, and I am going to glue one of the sides. So let's see, this is gonna open up like so. So I am going to glue this side. Don't glue this side because then it will open up in reverse. Okay, so make sure that you're gluing this and the heels are coming up at you. So I'm going to add glue on this whole panel like that. And I'm going to stay away from the edge of the page here about 1/4 inch, and I'm also going to center it side to side and place it down. Okay, now I'm gonna close everything, close the whole accordion fold, and I'm gonna place my glue in the other side just like that. Okay, maybe a little more. Okay, and then I am going to hold this together and close everything down. Well, close this down so it can glue to the bottom. Okay, and I'm gonna wait for this to dry here for a minute, and then we're gonna open it up and see this really cute. I think it's a really cute way to display your pictures, and it is very dimensional when you open it as well. So it's kind of like a different twist on a waterfall or an accordion fold, and then you close it down, and then of course you can add some photo mats on the back here if you need to add more pictures. Now let's work on the second layer here. And so for this side, I'm also going to use some of my scraps. I love using my scraps before I cut into any other page. So I'm going to cut this at 7, and I'm just gonna do 7 actually. Okay, and this measures 4 1/4. So I'm just gonna round it to 4. So this little piece is going to be 7 to 4. And then I'm just gonna grab another one, and I'm just gonna cut this one at 7. And for this one, I'm not gonna worry about the width, but I'll tell you this one is 4 1/2. Okay, so now I'm going to bring my scoreboard, and the first one that we round to 4 inches, I'm going to score at, let's see, so we're gonna do 2 inches and 1 inch and 3 inches. So we're gonna score at every inch here, and then I'm going to move this out of the way, and we're gonna fold along the score line. So let me just put this to the side, and we're gonna fold on each line, but I'm going to fold it on both sides just so the cardstock is very flexible. And same thing with this one, that, and like so. Okay, so now we're gonna fold this kind of like a V again, and we're going to do kind of the same thing that we did with our accordion piece here, but this time we are going to glue the whole thing. So let's line up the center score line with this bending point, just like that. Okay, we're gonna place this right there, and we're actually going to glue on the outside 1 inch. So let's see if this is working. Okay, here we go. So again, we're gonna do glue on the outside 1 inch and line it up with the bending point, and then I'm just gonna close these. Okay, and then we're gonna open it and glue on the other side on the outside 1 inch again. Okay, so we're gonna do that, and again I'm gonna close these down like so. Okay, so now we have this piece, and we are going to push the center out like that. Okay, we have the center out. You should be able to put your fingers in between, and then I'm gonna grab the second piece that we cut, and we're going to glue this on the bottom side. Okay, so we're just gonna give this a three-dimensional effect when we open this layout. And for now I'm just gonna press this down. Okay, so let's, oops, didn't press it good enough. And here, let's put your fingers through, and now let's close the whole thing. And make sure to press down in here as well, just to make sure the cardstock is really folded. And then when we open this up, we are gonna have like 2 layers, and I'm gonna put pictures back here and another picture there, and of course another picture in here. So now what we're gonna do is cover this side and that side with our designer paper, and then we're gonna close this up, and we're gonna cover this with designer paper as well. Okay, so I covered this page with this design, and then I'm going to close this up, and I'm gonna use the same design and cover here, or we can use the back, I mean either way, but I wanted to use one of these ephemera pieces. Since there's so many fun elements, I want to make sure to incorporate some of these in here. So I'm just gonna take this out for now, but I already saw these 2 pieces that I really like. So either that or this one. I think I like this one, so I might use the reverse and just have it like this. So I'm just gonna glue this down. Okay, so I'm gonna put this one over here, just like that. And then I'm going to place this just right on top. I don't think I want to give it more volume than what we already have, because we still have to do the back side of this page, which is page 2. Okay, so I'm gonna place this right on the center, and I'm going to continue adding the papers here as I move along, because I want to see how much papers I have left. If you're kind of running out of paper, what you always can do is just use your little scrap pieces and cover key pieces of your album. Like this, for example, you could, from this little piece, just cover the edge here, so you have the same look, you know, and then when you open it, you can always complement with a different cardstock paper. I'm thinking maybe even blue cardstock or red cardstock will look really nice, because here we're gonna add pictures anyway, right? So I will do that at the end. I'll see how many scrap pieces I have. For now, I'm just gonna concentrate adding the cardstock on the key pieces. So we're done with page 1, and now let's flip this over and work on page 2. Okay, so for this page number 2, I'm going to start with the designer cardstock, and I think I'm going to use this one. Well, either one will do. So I'm gonna cut this piece at 9 1/4 by 7 1/4. So typically when I do a big page like this one has a big gusset. I'm going to try to keep this one a little bit more flat, and I'm only using a 1/2 inch gusset on this book. That's why I'm being very careful. Normally if I do a 3/4 inch, then I don't have to be too conservative about volume, but this time I will. So on this one I'm going to do a waterfall, but because I really want this album to be interactive, I want this waterfall to be one of those pull down types. So again, I'm going to see what type of scraps I have here, and I think this is my last piece of scraps, so I can now cut into a new sheet. Okay, so I don't know what this measures. So this is 4 1/2, so I'm gonna cut this down to 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. Okay, 4 1/4 by 4 1/4, and we're probably gonna need 6 of these pieces, and I'm cutting it at this size, that way you can fit 4 by 4 pictures or 4 by 4 those 4 by 4 cards like this one. This should be able to fit. So cute. Okay, so again, I'm gonna need about 6 of these pieces. So then I'm going to need another piece, and this one's going to be 4 1/4, and I'm gonna leave this at 12 inches for now, and we're probably gonna trim it after. Okay, so this piece we're going to score 1/2 inch and 6 times. Okay, so we're gonna do 1/2, 1, 1 1/2, 2, 2 1/2, and 3. Okay, and that is going to be the base, or yeah, the base for this pull down waterfall. So you want to fold along the score lines, and we're gonna fold along the same direction. Okay, so they're all going to go up like that, and so now we have this piece, and we are going to use these square pieces that we cut, and we are going to glue them one at a time. So I'm going to start along the bottom here, this first 1/2 inch little mark, and place it just like so, and make sure that you are even here on the sides. And then we're going to do glue on the next 1/2 inch, and I like doing one at a time instead of adding glue everywhere. Okay, so it really makes a difference when you're being patient building this waterfall. Okay, so we do that one, and then we do the next, just like that. Add the next one. Okay, make sure it's lined up still, and then we continue adding 3 more pieces here. So here we go, and then as I put my cardstock piece, I kind of push the glue up a little bit so it spreads around the whole area. Okay, so here's the next one. just like that. And the last one here on the top. So make sure that you're not adding glue on the score lines. Okay. Okay, so let's make sure we line up this first one with the top, just like that. Okay, so now I'm gonna make sure this is glued all the way, and then we're gonna start folding this back just to make sure that we have it where we want it. So I'm gonna do one at a time. See how I'm folding it back, just like that. And I'm gonna do this, and this is where you want to clean all that extra glue if you have any. So then I do the next one. Okay, fold, and the next one I'm gonna show you the side view to see how I'm folding it. So I'm just gonna push them up one at a time, and then I'm done. Okay, so now I'm going to cut this piece here. So first I want to leave about half an inch away from this last one onto the base or the back. So I'm gonna line up the last piece of the waterfall to the half an inch, and then I'm going to trim like so. Okay, so now I'm going to use a little piece that measures 5 1/4 by 1 1/4, and this is going to be a little bit wider than your waterfall. And I'm also going to cut another little piece of 5 by 1 just to cover this up. And I'm gonna glue this together first, and here we go. So just something like that. Here we go. And then we're gonna add this in to the page, and this is what is going to kind of hold the waterfall. And I kind of want my waterfall to be on the sides like this instead of the middle. So I'm going to place it right there, and then this is going to be kind of lined up with the second one here. Okay, just a little bit higher than that, just so you know, as a reference, that's where I want it. And I'm gonna hold it, and we're just gonna glue the edge. Okay, so I'm gonna add a little bit of glue there. Oops, I think I moved that. Here we go, just like that. And then I'm going to add a little bit of glue on this other edge, just like that. Okay, so that's where this is going to sit. And I like to secure this using brads because we're going to be pulling a lot, and you don't want this to come unglued. So I'm just going to use 2 little brads. I'm going to use the this copper color. I think looks really good with the paper. Okay, so then I'm just going to poke 2 little holes right here on the sides, and I'm just gonna use my handy tool and we're going to put it in, and then on the reverse we're just gonna open it up and secure it. And then we'll do the same here. Okay, make sure not to poke your fingers when you do that. And again, we're gonna place it, open it up, and there you go. And then I'm going to secure my brads using some tape. So let me cut a little piece and just place it there, and this other one here as well. Okay, so now that we have this secure, I am ready to add this page into the book. So I'm gonna take off the tape and glue this down. Okay, so here we go. Make sure we put enough glue in here. Okay, so now I am just going to place this down here. So always double check your orientation before you glue anything, okay? You don't want your waterfall opening the wrong way. So now I am ready to, we're gonna open this up and slide this under, and then we're gonna close it. So again, I want it kind of up here. And so what we do next is just simply add glue on this little belt. Okay. And we're gonna close this again. Okay, so here's where you want this to be even. And there we go. So now we can add some of our 4x4s up here. I don't know if I want that one, so I have to look at the other ones first. Okay, so I think I want to use this snowflake piece in there. So I'm just gonna glue this one down, and then the rest of them I'm gonna leave blank. So it could just be, just have a picture in there. There we go. Okay, and that looks nice. And then also I want to use this snowman here. So this is from the chipboard accents. So it is so much fun to decorate with all these different elements. Okay, so really like this snowman, and it really goes with the theme. So I think, oh, I think he's so cute. Okay, so I always like to add glue because sometimes the adhesive that comes with it doesn't stand the test of time. So I'm gonna put him right there. So cute. Okay, and then maybe we'll put something else, but I'll do that later. So then when we pull down on our waterfall, it should come really easy because we already folded this ahead one by one. Remember we did that? So you definitely want to do that. And if you didn't do it before, this is when you want to do it. And there you go. Super fun. I love this page. Now what I also like doing is rounding the corners of this page as well. But I'm gonna leave it like that for now. So I think I am at a good stopping point for today. I hope that you guys enjoy this tutorial, these 2 pages. And I think it's a lot easier for you to reference when I break the tutorials into pages as well. So so join me next time. We're gonna work on the next 2 pages, and I want to thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.